Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Oh, did I do a better job this morning in getting all the little white fluffies and what off my black Bill's Cycle shirt? Yeah, yesterday morning when I was editing out the video, I saw all these little tiny hairs and little spots and little white fluffies and yeah, I think I did a better job of brushing it off. I need a valet that checks me over before I go before the camera. Like I'm important, right? Anyway, what do we got here? Moments ago, I put a label on this hard drive here. It says, "Old family video, don't overwrite." I kind of was getting nostalgic this morning, and I looked at some old video that we'd taken here a long time ago, before my wife's Alzheimer's was noticeable. Yeah, boy, I wish I could turn the clock back to that time. That's life. You can't go back. You can only go ahead. So make the most of what you got, right? So what are we going to do today to make the most of our time? Within reason. Well, the plan is I want to try and get the decals on that little part over there. I think we'll do that. Then there's two pipes that have to go on the engine here yet. How many people noticed that when I dubbed in that scene of the motor from I think it was Brian's picture or somebody's picture anyway, I had the arrow pointing on the wrong pipe. Yeah. Yesterday was fraught with mistakes. Yeah, Alex, you're right, Mr. Magoo. Okay, what are we going to do today? Well, I think we're going to get at it here. Missy the dog hasn't come by, but we're ready for her. It's raining outside. There's not going to be a sunrise to show you. The walkers did come by, more or less in the dark. I'll put them overhead here. You'll see them coming and going with their umbrellas. If you watch closely, you'll see them. It's pretty poor footage. Yeah, it's until we have the time change. You know what? The problem is when we have the time change on the 3rd of November, that means that we're going to roll our clocks back here in Winnipeg and most of North America that adheres to this foolish daylight savings time nonsense. It's kind of like somebody said, it's like you have a blanket and you cut 10 inches off of one end of it and sew it on the other end so that your blanket will be 10 inches longer. Foolishness. I don't know why we do that. Anyway, I talk about that at least twice a year. Okay, so when we turn the clocks back, because the time is changing about 2 minutes every day now, we're still going to be in the dark. I was thinking that after the time change we'll get to see the walkers coming through in the light, but no, we won't, unless they change their time. I think they operate off Winnipeg time, so when Winnipeg goes on daylight savings time, so will the walkers. Okay. Why don't we recompose, and before I start messing around with water and stuff like that for the decal, we'll see if we can get the last two pipes on here. There's pipe S61 and S69, and I think they should go on fairly easily. Yeah, I don't think we have to put anything on before we put those pipes on. I don't think we'll know once we start putting them. Oh, wait a minute, yes, S61, I'm just looking at it now here. If you check the right end of it, it has to be mounted on that one part. So we can't put that pipe on until we get that little part on there. Uh, okay, yeah. But the 29 we could. Yeah, the 29 looks like it just goes straight in, and it's this. Let's put the 29 on. Okay. Now you can see right in the back of the motor here, there's two little holes. Now, once again, I have not tried this. I just sort of know kind of how it's supposed to go. And you can sort of see that there are a couple of little pegs sticking out on the bottom right there on the other side of my finger. Now, I think, let's see now, if I put this like, we have to get this so that it all lines up. So would this go through here then? No. If this goes through here, it's not going to be high enough to catch. Let's just sort of carefully move this into place here. I'm wondering, how am I going to, let's see. If I go through like this, I don't want to break something. Am I going to be able to raise it up? Maybe what I should do is take this motor and turn it more up like this. I better watch what I'm doing here so that I don't accidentally break something off here. Yeah, I'm just going to press stop and recompose here a bit. Okay, I was just checking the manual and the painting guide and trying to figure out how is this thing supposed to go. Right now we can let gravity be our friend a little bit better. It's going to go out of your field of view, but my thinking is that maybe I can drop it down in here. I think it's supposed to. Oh yeah. The problem is if I put it in like that, how am I going to get it to go up? It's let's feed it in. Will it feed in like this? I'm going to end up breaking one of my taps off, aren't I? Okay, maybe we'll just have it go on the left side of this pipe only. Now, very carefully here, can we move it in? It should go unless I have placed some of these other parts in the wrong place. Seems to be a bit of a problem right here. Something's not quite right. Okay, let's take it back out. If we can. Let me check the monitor. That's not much clearer. Maybe what I should do is just turn this thing the other way up and shake it and it'll fall out. Well, it's almost going there, isn't it? Now, why is it not? what is the problem here? This, see if I get those, maybe it's going to go. See, I'm trying to be very careful not to accidentally break something else off, like our little red taps. I mean, they are so delicately. I almost got it. Now, you see, the thing of it is, it's almost in the right position, but then this part. I almost get the feeling that this pipe is supposed to be fed in behind the blue push rods, and yet I tried that before and it didn't want to go. Now the only other thing I could do would be to glue this part in place. I wonder if I was to heat this pipe and give it a bit of a bend. I'm going to push stop here. I'm probably driving everybody crazy here. Okay, I think maybe I can do this a little bit differently here. Oh, before I forget, one of the viewers, whose name is Pablo, and he's a retired marine engineer, and he was an engineer for 37 years, and he was saying that these pressure, what I've been calling pressure relief valves, are not pressure relief valves, but what you do is you would open these taps, and then you would slowly crank the engine over, or to that effect. And let me move in a little bit now. You can see what I'm trying to do. And the idea would be so that if there was any water or a buildup of maybe fuel in the cylinder, it would force it out. Because on a diesel engine, the little I know about it, that's how it ignites the fuel. Be from an extreme pressure, and if there was a little bit of water or anything like that in there, for whatever reason, when the cylinder would come up to the top of the piston would come up to the top of the cylinder, water does not compress, so it would probably break the connecting rod or something like that. Okay, now you can see here I've almost got this. Anyway, thank you, Pablo, for that. You might want to read his comment in yesterday's video. I noticed he also made a reply to another viewer, quite lengthy reply about the movie Das Boot, The Boat. Okay, I can almost get this here. If I can twist this around, I'm gonna have to move the cup here. Okay, now if I could get this around and get it kind of in behind this other pipe which is in there, that might not work too good. Maybe I'm going to have to take this whole thing and turn it on its side now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got the long part where it's supposed to go. Okay, you know what I'm realizing? This pipe that we're working with right now, I believe should have been put on before this one. And this one is glued too well in place to break loose. Because if you line this pipe up and go straight up, then it has to go in through here. So yes, I got the far end where it's supposed to go. I'm going to push stop again. Okay, it's in. But the long piece that was supposed to go in behind the push rods underneath the rocker arms, I just couldn't feed it in. And what I did was I cut it off. And my thinking is, yes, it's going to be missing a part, some of it. But being is that there is such a myriad of detail in here anyway, we're not going to notice that pipe if it was there or not there. It just would be just too buried in behind all that stuff. Okay, the next trick now is to get an appropriate amount of little, let me zoom in a bit, sorry about that. Appropriate amount of glue in here and here, and just sort of glue it in place. It's maybe I should drill out these holes a little bit. No, I think the glue should it should work. Let's slip on the macro lens here. We haven't done that yet today. Maybe this one's too big. Yeah, let's try a size smaller. All I wanted to do is just sort of drill the paint out of there. Probably would have been better if I had used my electric drill. Guess I should have grabbed a different brush. This is one of Gabe's good brushes. Okay. You were waiting for me, were you? You were waiting for me. How are you doing? Come on in. Come on in. Your feet are wet, so you're not going to be slipping on the floor so badly. Yeah. Morning, Max.
Good morning. Oh. So. When 1016, I wonder if that's the oncology department.
That is the cancer place. Oh my goodness.
We're off to a late start this morning. I think she's enjoying her new haircut. It's not too short.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot different from yesterday, actually. Well, now that she's a little bit damp, you know, it's kind of frizzed out. Maybe, I don't know. Oop.
This bacon this morning?
Some of each.
Oh!
Yeah, some of
Wow.
each.
She'll be very appreciative.
Getting all the crumbs.
spoiled. And my mother used to say, you can't spoil a bad egg.
Look at that, she's getting all the little crumbs. Here's some more over here. Yeah. Nothing wrong with your eyes.
Yes.
Even the little tiny ones. Yeah. Even the little tiny ones you got. Good
Thanks,
girl.
Uncle Ron. Yeah.
No.
Lick.
Missy in, I don't know where it is, but I think it's probably South America. I'm not sure. There's a little dog by the name of Rebecca. And Rebecca, when she hears the Missy music, the doggy in the window music, she watches Missy on the TV.
Isn't that interesting? Does she bark?
I don't know.
Missy goes crazy when she sees herself on the TV. I can't watch it with Missy in the room. And if she hears the music and I'm in the room with the closed door, she'll come and scratch at the door and bark. And she'll say, "You're in there with Uncle Ron and a strange dog, and I don't like it." But Missy will settle down on the couch, and she loves watching TV. But that video of herself with you, it's too much. She sees some black dog getting the bacon she should get.
Well, she's kind of quiet today. She's not quite as jumping around as she usually is.
Yeah, and yesterday, the spa visit takes a lot out of her. She doesn't mind it. She wants to get on Mommy's lap and chew her bone.
You're gonna come say goodbye? Huh? You gonna come say goodbye? Okay. All right. I like your haircut, Missy. It looks like it's lightening up.
Yep, there's splashes of blue here and there in the sky. Thanks, Ron.
We'll see ya. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay. Now back to this. All right, let's try not to smother this. Some days I am more steady than others. Okay. Let's let that dry now, and it is what it is. It's, it's too bad about these little, it'd be nice if this ran all the way down in behind the push rods and, all that kind of stuff, but I should have put this pipe on first, and then I think we would have been okay. So anybody who's got this model to build yet, try and remember that. Let's move on. Now, this piece that we were talking about earlier this morning that we were going to put the decals on, probably about 5 minutes ago, I was checking the manual here, and I'll show you something that I've discovered. This piece, yeah, it's going to have a decal put on the round faces here. It doesn't want to stay on its back, but that's okay. Little tiny decal goes there, and the larger round one goes on this piece, okay? But this piece apparently doesn't go on until we turn the page and get to step 44. And I'll show you. It shows it being made here in 43, but it doesn't actually get put on until we get to 44. and it shows it being put on after this part is on, which is see, did I point to the wrong one again? Yeah, it's actually this piece right here. Okay, it gets put on, which is this piece right here. And it's ready to go. It's the piece that had the flat piece of photo etch that we had to bend into shape, if you remember. And I think once again, maybe to put this on, we should let gravity be our friend and upend this thing. And then possibly, if I can get it to balance in place without being glued, then for sure it's going to stay in place while the glue is drying. We'll be using a CA glue, so while the glue is setting. But you know what? I think we're going to save all of this for tomorrow. You can't see the clock right now, but it is 1:29 in the afternoon. I do not want to have happen to me today what I had happen yesterday. Yesterday I got caught in rush hour traffic, and I spent more time stopped in lineups going through stop signs than I did going. So I'm going to go in a different direction too. That was stupidity on my part. I should have known that was going to happen. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.